Hey everybody, welcome back to Rogue Trader. We have to go back to Footfall and demand answers from Calcazar. Your Lordship, the Core Master is reporting that the astropaths have received a signal. It states the following: Archmagos Heretical is calling the unit Pascal Haneumann. Directive visit, priority ahead of the queue, purpose discontinuing the cycle. It is followed by a set of coordinates. Let the cycle be discontinued. Okay, I assume this is Pascal's quest. According to my data, the lost secret vessel Heretical is the flagship, headquarters and last confirmed location of Archmagos Amarnat. I hereby request permission to immediately embark on an expedition. Yeah, why are you being summoned to that ship? I guess it doesn't know. No data are available, no hypotheses are available, the justification is irrelevant. If the blessed Amarnat summons me, I must comply with the directive. Yeah, okay, let's go. I'm coming, mentor. During the period designated as a night shift, the air throughout the ship suddenly turned stale. Those who were awake reported feeling incredibly tired. Those who were asleep later reported having horrible nightmares. Seneschal... Oh, okay, this is like bullshit, whatever. What even is this? System Speculo. And where is that? Here. What's the fastest way to get there? Probably go through here. I mean, we have like a bunch of insight though. So like... maybe just go to Furibundus? Wait. I can't go there directly? What do you mean? Doesn't this go there? Wait. What am I missing here? Chart the course, deadly. Doesn't this literally go there? Like what? Oh, maybe this goes over here actually. Okay, I'm just stupid, I guess. Oh, maybe this goes over here actually. Okay, I'm stupid, I guess. And then we're gonna do this. Or actually, never mind, man. Just do this. We can go around, but I can't be bothered. Don't care about this. So I'm pretty sure we've seen this ship before, maybe? No, I don't remember this. Are we fighting in space? Your Lordship, hailing the ships surrounding the Hermeticos wreck led to receiving the following transmission. We are the Cognizance fleet, we praise the Messiah of discontinuing. We remain in prayer, we remain on standby. Let the cycle be discontinued, the Omniscience knows all, comprehends all. We're the oh, okay, it just repeats everything. Pascal, it looks like a gathering of believers in discontinuing the cycle. Confirmed, the number of adherents of discontinuing the cycle does not correspond with the earlier prognosis. The willingness to declare one's commitment to the teachings of Blessed Amarnat is anomalous. The unit is intrigued. Patch in honor of the captains. It will be done, your lordship. Request denied. We are receiving only the message voiced earlier. Is there anything unusual? Yes. We are picking up traces of recent combat on many of the vessels. Numerous traces. Based on the initial radiation background assessment, it appears that an Adeptus Mechanicus weapon has been used against them. I hypothesize that a schism within the Cognizance fleet has reached a climax. My tech comrades raised arms together against one another. It is with sorrow that I register this information in the archive. Let us leave them alone. Let's just go here. If they attack us, we just take them out. Your Lordship, according to the ship's registry, we're looking at the Archmagos Heretical. We picked up a Vox signal coming from here. Permission granted. May the Messiah of discontinuing reveal the way to a safe docking gate. What? The raspy voice of the person who recorded the message is vaguely familiar to you, but you cannot put your finger on it. Requesting the right to participate in the first boarding party, evaluating subtle docking options. Is there a safe docking spot? Not at the moment. The damage to the hull makes observations difficult, and the surviving vacuum locks are sealed shut. Assemble the boarding crew. It will be done. I'm gonna... Okay, actually that looks fine. It's okay. There is no way Amarnat is gonna be here, right? Explore the Heretical. What is the description? A signal has summoned Pascal Haneumann to an urgent meeting. Archmagos Amarnat ship is in ruins. The rogue trader and Pascal Haneumann will have to investigate the events that caused this state and discover the identity of whoever sent the message that brought them here. Tech Tribesman. Take Shaman Liquid. I'm registering evidence that a Volkite carbine was fired here. I'm registering a protocol violation, use of weapons by Datus Mechanicus soldiers inside one of the ship's base. Tech Shaman Liquid. Elderly Tech Shaman. Have you come to speak to the great Pref, ghosts? Pref will not speak your lesser tongue, but I can help, I can interpret. Look at him. The aging barbarian's skin is covered in tattoos of mechanisms, as if the ink drawings of cogs could pass for actual augmetics. Wires and scraps of flex tubing and braided into his hair, as well as shards from a broken data slate screen. Cogitator circuit boards hang on threads from his large ceremonial drum. I'm registering category 6, 7 and 8 blasphemies in this tribesman's vestments. Only enlightened tech priests are authorized to dismantle and interact with the bodies of sacred machines, and painting the skin in crude imitation of true flesh is a profane mockery. It is how I venerate the iron spirits who have done their duty and passed into nothingness, ghost. I do this in the hope that I might gain some of their wisdom. This statement is false, I'm not registering any veneration. Who is Pref? Our deck's great patron spirit who protects it and watches over everything that happens on it. Pref used to be a kind father to us until wicked people tricked him. That was when he disowned the mortals who lived here. He wiped the names of everyone who used to be under his patronage from his memory and no longer recognized their faces. Since then, Pref has been a harsh and cruel-hearted master who is deaf to our prayers. Pref. Hypothesis. The barbarian is using this debased designation to refer to a prefect enumerator, an especially sacred cogitator served by all of the deck's junior machine spirits. I am registering a category 6 blasphemy. The tribesman claims to communicate with it. Only enlightened adepts of the Omnissiah are permitted to interact directly with a prefect enumerator. Hypothesis. The part of the legend that speaks of disowning the mortals and forgetting their faces describes the removal of access rights from authorized units. For reasons unknown, the prefect enumerator was ordered to cease accepting commands from outsiders. How do you talk to him? Like this. Okay. I'm registering a Blast it. Layman, this blessed smoke is meant for the sacred machines, not your lungs. Then the tech priest falls silent and listens carefully before uttering in astonishment. This primitive melody is a language, our language, a variety of rhythm-based tech vernacular in which meaning is created by the lengths of pauses between the signals. Okay, so I'm guessing he's not gonna translate for us, but we have Pascal, so it should work. Chief Castaes. I guess this is where the spirit is? The ancient servitor seems dead. The infrequent twitching of his head is the only glimmer of life left in him. The numerous augmetic regalia embedded in the body of this servant of the Omnissiah speak to his high standing and devoutness. Can you activate him, Pascal? I identify this unit as Magos Logis Hectodon the 11th. This unit received 7 commendations for advances in astrography recorded in the Fleet Archive. The unit, he liked watching the stars. He called them beacons left for us by the Omnissiah. The servitor gives a jolt, raises his hand and fixes his augmented eyes on you. The large black circles of his visors are cloudy and covered in scratches. A pained moan comes from the speaker on the servant's throat. Unit status operational. Unit identifies itself as no data available. Error, malfunction. The Omnissiah knows... What? He is suffering. This unit is long past its operational life expectancy, but the particularly ancient and sacred true flesh it was awarded for its outstanding service to the fleet is still prolonging its years. Do you know him? It's false. The statement is false. My archive has no record of any encounters with this unit or any archive requests concerning it. I just know, and I grieve. The tribe's people inscribed his body with a blessed manual of maintenance and repair. Hypothesis. Ignorant as to the true purpose of this litany, they perceived it as a health replenishing magic spell. Tech Brother Hectodon 11. This unit identifies itself as Pascal Haneumann. Can you hear me? Do you know me? Can you tell me what happened here? Executing function. All reserve capacities engaged in executing primary function. Okay. Well, I guess we have to talk to the dude. These barbarians are pillaging the ship supplies. I'm registering a category 9 blasphemy. The majestic metal statue is frozen in a menacing combative pose. These noble warriors' armor and dogmatics are undamaged and yet they are dead. What killed them? How are they dead if they are like frozen? Why are they not down? Okay, let's talk to this guy. The lean, hunchbacked man studies you with his piercing gaze. One of his eyes looks up at you. One of his eyes looks you up and down. The other has been replaced by a bulky augmetic, ancient and adorned with gold, but is deactivated for some reason. He states in a dry voice, "The ghosts of nothingness have entered the deck of Archgen tribe." Pascal explained to the commoner that I do not care what tribe he is from, that he should kneel in the presence of the rock trader. We're here to look for someone. It does not matter. You are ghosts. Who are you? The undertakers of the world that expired in the great discontinuing of the cycle, the mourners holding an eternal requiem for the universe. Let the cycle be discontinued. It was discontinued a long time ago. Do you believe the world has perished? This statement is true. The world ceased to exist a very long time ago. It turned to nothingness, to ashes. All that's left are these ruins, the last shard of the universe, its cenotaph. Cenotaph? Does he mean like epitaph? But like something with Theatertus Mechanicus? What do you think destroyed the universe? The unthinkable was wrought, the cycle was discontinued. This tribesman mind is full of the most unenlightened superstition. Why does this unit seemingly know less than some primitive barbarian? Is that good or bad? Neither, it just happened, but it was a grievous event and we grieve. Is that why you call us ghosts? Yes, there is only nothingness outside the ship. Sometimes it spits out ghosts born out of the world's ashes and they wander in. The sight of you saddens us, for we mourn you. Alas, there is nothing we can do to help you, since you do not exist. I see. The man sighs and makes a sign with his hand that is vaguely reminiscent of a tech priest gesture to ward off evil. Pascal, what do you make of these people? This primitive community is made up of descendants of low-ranking technomats who once serviced this deck. The name Archgen derives from category Archgen. Arch stood for the Acolyte category, which serviced the main decks. Gen referred to service staff who were assigned general as opposed to specialized maintenance duties. Ah. The man looks at you and Pascal with indifference. He does not seem to have understood a single word. Who or what is this great entity? The supreme deity, the spirit of wisdom and revelations. It bears the name Amarnat. I'm registering a meaningful linguistic pattern, requesting all available information on Amarnat. Amarnat is a divine being of great wisdom. It was this great wisdom that discontinued the cycle. All who had partaken of it lapsed into nothingness. We never partook of the wisdom, which is why we exist, and I have nothing to tell you about it, ghost. You talk to us, your kinfolk do not. Why not? I'm the Fabricator General, my shoulders bear the sacred burden of leadership. The others fear you, as ghosts can carry the living away into nothingness, but I am protected by Amarnat's grace. Fabricator General? I'm registering heresy. The universe must have a Fabricator General, the supreme priest of the Omnissiah. There is none other to hold the title, therefore it is mine. How do you survive here and what do you do? We hold a vigil for all of the existence, and the spirits of the mechanisms give us water, food and nutrient mix. We thank them for that with rites of machine servicing and maintenance. So commands the great entity. I am registering multiple deviations from the catechism of maintenance and operation in the actions of these units. Hypothesis: the breaches of sacred instructions do not stem from a malicious lapse into heresy. They are a consequence of the rite having been lost to memory. A grave heresy, but not as profane. Have you seen anything unusual lately? The echo of an old crime was heard beneath the arching vaults of our home. A ghost of nothingness walked among us, of like appearance to you, but without a face. He spoke words that must not be spoken, and then penetrated the chamber of Observus. And our abode was shaken by the wrath of the gods for days, and we felt as though we were drifting through nothingness. That is him, my mentor, Amarnat. What did he look like? His brow bore the mark of sorrow and past misdeeds, and his voice was like seeping sand. Was he alone? No, other ghosts walked with him, but he alone had a mind and a will. The others did his bidding. What is a chamber of Observus? An abode of deities and mighty spirits, secluded from mortals. The man points toward the entrance to the lift shaft. Down this great tube they used to descend to the mortals. Now they have all retired to the house of Observus, the calm and keen-sighted, there to remember and mourn the world that once was. The unit has given us a distorted description of the Observatorium, the bay that housed the Heretical bridge. There, under a grand dome of glasscrete, the wisest hierarchs of the Tetus Mechanicus would spend time in reflection and strive to discern the Omnissiah's guiding signs in the glitter of the stars. Correction, this data is a hypothesis. An archive search yielded no confirmation of this data. My possession of it is an anomalous cognitive fluctuation. I wanna get in there. Abandon this thought. Your kind cannot go in there. The great tube was made for the travels of gods, not mortals. Meet the Pref spirit. Only one who has the blessing of Pref. Find clues that could explain why the lift is blocked. Only one who has the blessing of Pref, the great spirit who rules this deck, may approach the great tube. But even such a one will have tried in vain, for the great tube spirits have sealed its gate and will only open it to those who know the divine word, and the rust wraiths ensure that humans don't steal the word. They'll make short work of any thief. What are rust wraiths? The ancient ones, the servants of the gods, they used to be the gods' great warriors. Now they guard the peace of this universal cemetery and see to it that mortals don't challenge the divine order. The Skitari, the deck guard. These immortal servants are an elite detachment of the crew blessed with the most ancient and wondrous augmetic enhancements. Yeah, we've seen them. Who is the spirit Pref? The master of this deck, the second most important god after Amarnat. Mortals cruelly betrayed his trust once, and he hasn't talked to them or protected them since. Pref only ever answers the shaman's evocations, and only occasionally at that. The tribesman's profane speculations most likely describe an important machine spirit that remains awake, requesting a conversation with a unit identified as a shaman. Divine word? What divine word? Words command all of existence. The gods ruled the universe using words of power. There was a time when mortals too were granted knowledge of them, but that time died along with this world. The term divine word refers to a command litany. A thorough understanding of the situation aboard the Heretical will allow me to select the correct litany and recite it to the mechanisms that are still operational. Yeah, so how did the faceless ghost get in though? He knew the secret. The spell was not of divine origin. Its power surpassed that of the gods. It was born in the mysterious depths of irregularity, and soon after a mortal first uttered it, the world was no more. The blessed Amarnat can command any mechanism on his ship. The indoctrinal heresy uttered by the unit is unworthy of attention. Okay. Your guesses are amazingly spot on, Pascal. This statement is false. Each of the hypotheses was logically deduced from our present situation. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm registering evidence of precious true flesh being operated in unacceptable conditions. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we have to do here exactly. Can we go back here and do something? We would like to go up to the observatorium. Request denied. Access to the lift system denied. Services in obscuratoria mode. An obscuratoria is a complete ban on holy ministry within the compound. Any and all sacred maintenance procedures are deferred until after the ban is lifted. An obscuratoria is declared when a temple has been compromised by suspected corruption, before a battle or in the event of a major critical incident. This unit cannot select the appropriate countermanding order without knowing the exact reason obscuratoria was declared. What about you? We have come to plead for Pref's benevolence. Every word you say is accompanied by a series of quick drum taps in a complex choppy rhythm. Crackling comes in response from a vox hidden somewhere inside the wall. The tech shaman tilts his head and says, "The great Pref would like to know who is speaking to him." The prefect enumerator is running an identification procedure. Given existing data on the machine spirit's refusal to follow orders within the chain of command, I predict that standard identifiers will be assigned a low priority. Yeah, I guess. Tell him you're the messiah of discontinuing? The unit is Magos Pascal Haneumann. Some identify him as the messiah of discontinuing, although that statement is false. Pref asks why he should treat your words with respect and not scorn them. The machine spirit is requesting to know this unit's access privileges. It refuses to submit to a stranger's will without a compelling reason. Machine spirits can be capricious and undisciplined. After years without sanctified maintenance, this one may have forgotten all about obedience. Normally, in cases like this, a tech priest would bring the wayward spirit to its senses with a shock from an electric prod or a blow from a wrench, accompanied by the litany of uninterruptible obedience. Okay, dude. I think a show of force is in order to show this machine its place. Yeah. I mean, if that's what I have to do. This statement is true. Pascal extends a hand toward the machine, which is enveloped in showers of sparks. The crack in the tech priest's armored respirator shines a bright green. There is steel in his voice. My power is my authorization. Acknowledge it, or you will regret it, wayward spirit. Pref acknowledges your power, Ghost. He does. He asks why you seek his friendship. Hypothesis. The prefect enumerator's request is to be interpreted as what is the purpose of your visit? I'm on a mission from Amarnat. Perhaps the spirit knows who he is. I'm following the orders of my mentor, Archmagos Amarnat, and correcting a mistake made decades ago. The Great Pref does not honor your reason for seeking his friendship. He wants you to leave. The prefect enumerator's reaction is anomalous. Such disregard for regalia can only be explained by a protocol signifying an extreme degree of danger to the vessel. Wait, what? We failed? What are we supposed to do here? Can I go somewhere else? Loot. Maybe we talk to the leader again or something. Or these guys? Tech tribesman. I recognize the pattern of the chant. They are imitating a reactor shutdown vigil. That could be helpful. Something simply ordered the spirit of the machine to die. The handprints and footprints indicate that the locals have turned the sacred Anjun tank into something like a ritual font. There's nothing here. They have turrets? Okay. It's so old. What is this? This marching does not follow fleet protocol. This constitutes a category 10 blasphemy. Wait, so I can't talk to anyone here? How am I supposed to enter, dude? Oh. Should I do this some other way? Select another answer? Point to the surrounding ruins. Are you sure this is not a compelling reason? The hypothesis is of merit. The unit is conducting a rescue mission in which the safety of an Archmagos rank unit is at stake, requesting emergency authorization. Bref inquires why you are seeking his friendship again. You know the answer yourself, Pascal? Tell it something profound and spiritual and invoke the Omnissiah. I am fulfilling my sacred duty of service to the machine god. I intend to protect this blessed ship and the servants of the Omnissiah aboard it. You speak, but the great Pref isn't convinced that he should listen. He chooses to remain deaf and indifferent. Okay, so what about the other option then? It can be that we're choosing the wrong thing, right? No way. You're an eminent and venerable Magos. You cannot ask for more than that. I wouldn't dare. So he's trying to take command by force? You know the answer yourself, Pascal. I have come to discontinue the cycle. No, that's the same thing. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Like, what? Do you know him? Like, is this the elevator he was talking about? Like, is there another elevator that we're missing? That's the exit, right? I don't see any other elevator. Traces of scaling suggest the use of a melta charge. Like, there are no elevators here. Oh. No, this is probably just a safe room, right? 25 athletics and becomes immune to toxin. 30 strength. What the shit? God damn. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Is this bug or am I just stupid? Introduce yourself formally. Volunteering too much information to an unknown entity. I mean, I don't think any of these are gonna help though. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Yeah, we did that earlier. So none of these like work though. Like, what? Oh, wait, what? The prefect enumerator has stated that he knows my name and is familiar with my power. He respects my mission and grants me a place within the crew's chain of command. Your work here is done, Binaric Interpreter. I remember this language now, or more precisely, this unit used to know it, and now it remembers having known it. I'm registering an anomaly. The data exchange deviated from the standard registration procedure. What? The prefect enumerator was commanded to limit the number of people who have clearance to issue orders, including even high-ranking tech priests from other ships. It was tasked with defending the observatorium as if it were under siege. Our mutual introduction rather resembled an exchange of secret passwords. Wait, so can we enter now? I don't understand what we did differently there. Okay, no, we can't enter. Right? What happened there? Find clues that could explain why the lift is blocked. Meet the Pref Spirit. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Like, do we have to interact with all of this crap, maybe? But like, I think we did that already, no? Maybe I missed like a couple or something. Majestic metal statue, yeah, we've done that. I don't think I did this one though. Okay, some of them disappear actually. I think I've done all of these. Maybe not this one. No, I've done that. Okay, did anything change here? Let's see. This is so bizarre, dude. Like, what? What? I'm so confused. Take tribesman. Who are you? Nothing? Talk to you again, maybe? No? Bro. Like, what? Guys, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay, I didn't interact with the turret. Wait, so... Now everything is clear. A battle was fought here, and during preparations for it, Amarnat declared the Observatorium off limits. Okay, that was very bizarre, actually. Unblock the lift. As soon as the lift is going up to the Observatorium is operational, we will be attacked. The deck guard will activate and attack us, requesting confirmation. Yeah, okay. Oops. Oh, what did I miss there? Okay. Regalia identified. Agree the Venerable Magos and will execute the order presently. Lift system activated. The servitor's last words are drowned out by a harrowing screech that rolls across the deck as several shrill voices wail. Security perimeter breach for the Omnisaya. Ah, so now we fight these dudes. Oh wait, do we fight everyone? Oh, 8 enemies. What? Weird. 8 enemies. Immortal Skitari devotee. Okay, well, let's go. Okay, this is gonna go fast. Don't really wanna bother too much. I wanna move on. Give everyone the stuff. Actually, I could have moved here and bring everyone together, but like, whatever. $440? That's not enough. I don't think this does anything for us, by the way. Oh, what the shit? What a low roll, dude. How? Okay, this game is like actually trolling. What was a low roll? Holy. Wait, is he bugged? Is this one of the enemies? Oh, there is a guy back there. What? I wonder what that chief is gonna say about this. Oh man, I didn't get... Oh, actually, never mind. I do have enough. Now this opens. Let's go. Ooh. Brass Whisper, isn't that the dude from the Inquisitor? The face of the tech priest standing opposite is hidden behind a brass mask. Rather than being one piece, it is assembled from the fragments of many augmetics. You have met this man before. He is called Brass Whisper, a member of Lord Inquisitor's Calcazar's retinue, yeah. There you are, tech brother. Brass Whisper's voice is raspy and punctuated. His gaze is turned toward Pascal. The salutatory procedure will be performed and the identification codes verified after the priority request has been executed. Tell me where the blessed Amarnat is. You still don't understand. Dude, is Pascal Amarnat? You are from Calcazar's retinue. Does he have anything to do with this? I mean... marginally, he used to play a major part in the story. Not anymore. This meeting is held upon my initiative. Brass Whisper surveys the Inquisition soldiers and warriors of the Omnissiah standing motionless. That said, I am still under the protection of the Lord Inquisitor and the Cognizance fleet, keep that in mind. Locals spoke of a ghost without a face, did they mean you? Affirmative. In order to move the Heretical out of the procession of the damned, we had to disturb the pitiful locals. What's going on here? We intend to discontinue the cycle, is that not obvious? There is a note of sarcasm. Speak, or I will rip your memories out along with the Ferrum Sanctum implanted in your brain. What do you know of Amarnat? I know everything. We're looking for him and we want answers. Looting? How absurd. You lack the very concept of what you are looking for, layman. You expect to find a man, and Amarnat was never one. He was never one person. The Amarnat Collective was created by a group of tech priests who renounced individuality and merged into a hive mind. A mind that reasoned algorithmically, but was guided by the principles and convictions of a righteous spirit. Okay, dude, this actually kinda makes sense, because there are multiple people called Amarnat, right? A super ego that brought them one step closer to the Omnissiah. And I'm guessing like Pascal agreed to it, but then he got disconnected somehow or something. You are looking for Archmagos Amarnat, you say? He has been by your side all this time, yeah. This statement is false, the hypothesis is without merit. As the cycle coils in multitudinous loops, it intersects with itself and locks us in a cage of data vows. Pascal shudders as if struck by the motive force itself. Mechanitrites rise like steel wings behind his shoulders. The voice from his vox speaker takes on another worldly profundity and power, and therefore the cycle must be discontinued. Pascal? What is going on? Restoration. His pupils burning bright with celestial fire, a single word escapes from his vox. Cognitive reconstruction mechanism activated, the memory is awakening inside you. Remember. The Amarnat Collective was designed to be a philosopher and a researcher. The concepts he produced were so powerful that they almost destroyed the Cognizance fleet. But then he faced an unsolvable dilemma, and that was when Amarnat came apart. The 6 constituent servants of the Omnissiah hid their own memories from themselves behind false personas and were sent off to various parts of the Koronus Expanse. They went into hiding. Each had to live in solitude for many decades, accumulating individual observations before eventually bringing that experience back to a reunited Amarnat, who would then tackle the dilemma once more. That would be the restoration. Oh, dude, that's actually like really cool. The years have slipped through my fingers like sand. It was such a long time ago. So the tech priests of the name Haneumann are all parts of Amarnat? Yes, 6 mental keynotes. Demens was paranoia. Tarzus was faith. fiery and unyielding. Axiomantha was logic. Abel was her good twin, imagination. He did not know his past, just like the others, but he felt more than they did. He was always different. That was why he was the first to get close to the restoration. One of the first. Is Brass Whisper one of them as well? Pascal was judgment, the moderator of the cognitive process, the one who makes the decision. And Niall. Oh, skepticism, the one who doubts. A woman's face with a pair of darkly radiant, vibrant eyes. That's really cool, dude. Did Amarnat believe he could form again? The plan sounds risky. The restoration was statistically calculated on a level beyond your comprehension, layman. Billions of variables were taken into account. Countless scenarios went into the development of optimal strategies. Two Amarnat units meeting each other was an inevitable certainty. The matching identifiers were to be a spark that would start a chain reaction, and that was precisely what happened. We were motivated by the perfect stimuli, curiosity, anxiety, shame. Each part of us was hostage to the legend of a betrayal it had committed, for suffering drove us to search and strive. Yeah, what was the dilemma that he faced, or they faced? Its name was Eschatos, the secret to the right of putting a machine spirit to death, a technology embodying the discontinuing of the cycle. Was it meant to exist, or was it the acme of profanity against the Omnissiah and his creation? Eschatos was the perfect weapon against creations of the Omnissiah that had been corrupted by enemies, but also against his faithful servants. Its spread could bring victory to the Imperium, or it could destroy it. Eschatos could spell the end of the Adeptus Mechanicus, for it was the perfect answer for the power wielded by the cult of the machine god. Was it a blessing or a curse? There was no answer. Protraction was unacceptable, and so a way was found to solve the issue. And I found the answer. Eschatos should not exist. We will correct our mistake. What is Eschatos? The power of machine negation, a noospheric signal that interrupts any and all life created by the Omnissiah, the power that I used to tap into unconsciously. Shared knowledge lay dormant inside the mind of every Amarnat unit. You tried to decrypt the other Haneuman's neurocogitators, did you not? But to no avail. It was you who created a cipher that locked Amarnat's memory. You are the maimed hunter, you tried to kill the other Haneumans. This is true. I was admitted into the Lord Inquisitor's retinue and authorized to study a dangerous artifact taken from Amarnat. It tried to exert some kind of influence on me, but my data voice protected me. Niall Haneuman touches her scarred face. A short circuit awakened some of my memories. I conducted an analysis, solved the Eschatos dilemma, and began to act. My agents all but terminated Tarzus, but he hid under an armor of martyrdom and insanity. An attempt to intercept Pascal on Altar Templum Calixis EXT-17 failed because Abel had summoned him. The assassins caught up to him at Aragat Minoris starport, but he was able to escape again. Another group went after Abel, only to perish at an Electro-Priest monastery, right. You dispatched demons who had lapsed into heresy. Axiomantha simply disappeared until she suddenly turned up dead on Euphrates II. I have no idea how she managed to hide from me. Idiot! Calcazar was harboring Axiomantha the whole time. She was working for him. I'm registering a lie! The Lord Inquisitor shared my conviction that Amarnat's legacy had to be destroyed. He was summoned to the Koronus Expanse by loyal members of the Cognizance fleet in order to depose Amarnat. It was his troops that attacked the Heretical in an attempt to obliterate our schismatic creation. I mean, no way Calcazar would want this to be destroyed, right? He probably would want to control it, like with a yoke. So that was how you got on board the ship and into the observatorium, Niall. Our traitorous tech comrades gave Calcazar the access codes to the bridge, and he gave them to you. Acute conviction vibrates in Pascal's voice as he makes these quiet statements of fact. He is not asking questions, he is passing judgment. You were deceived, sister. Kalkazar appropriated our work. He continued our research, no longer bound by the Omniscia's canon, and you enabled him by destroying those who would return and reclaim his blooded prize. Yep. Lies. Something you have not heard before creeps into Niall's voice, a note of fear. You betrayed your brothers and sisters, such an act is unforgivable. Yours was a grim duty, but you were unflinching in fulfilling it. Sure? We all chose the path of martyrdom. I merely helped them reach the supreme goal at the end of the path. Tech brother, I offer you the chance to yield peacefully to a fate that will please the Omnissiah. Do not resist your termination, and you will pass into oblivion as my friend and fellow believer. No, Tech sister. Refraining from resistance was never our way. I'm an explorator, a reconnoiter of knowledge. I have brought fire to 100 worlds. I have gleaned 1,000 secrets in the darkness. I am an agent of unbridled will. I will not yield to oblivion, for oblivion itself fears me. Smile at Niall? This is my companion, Pascal Haneumann. You made a mistake in meddling with him. Think about what she said, Pascal. Your secret is dangerous. Okay, say nothing. You wanted me to awaken, Tech sister. Here I am, holding you to account. I lured you here for a reason, Pascal. I wanted you to see what our followers had become. This is what deviation from dogma ends in. Breach of canon begets ignorance. Ignorance begets blasphemy. All we did was breed corruption, schism. Remember when they came to depose us? We resisted them and destroyed the ship, a sacred relic, an Archmagos older than our priesthood itself. Here, in this hall, we released Eschatos and allowed an unconscionable heresy to happen. Do you remember? Do you remember how you got your cleft jaw? Pascal looks thoughtful as he touches the crack running across his armored respirator. A green spark runs through the deep gas left by an enemy's weapon in the metal. Okay, I don't see anything like that. And it sufficed for you to merely show up in the Expanse again for the schism to rear its head once more. The Cognizance fleet is already being torn apart by a fratricidal war. Is this what we wanted? Let us finish this. Let us discontinue the cycle. It sounds like a plea. The voice that answers here is no human voice. It could belong to a giant voidship or forge world if they could speak. You violated procedure, skepticism. You usurped the function of another. You challenge only. You do not make decisions. I do. You are right, Pascal. You're the decision maker. We must not fight. Let's destroy her, Pascal. Only I can decide who deserves to be destroyed, Maraise, and I have made my decision. Tech sister, my judgment of you and your actions is one of condemnation. Tampering with procedure is unacceptable. Sabotaging the experiment is apostasy. For your betrayal, your vital functions will be terminated in the name of the Messiah of Discontinuing. A greenish pulse of energy is born inside Pascal's augmetics and darts toward Niall like a furious lightning bolt. Dude, it's the same animation all the time. Ooh. Okay, he's defending. The green energy entangles Niall like a net, burning her true flesh, draining the life force from her augmetics and mechanical components. But she focuses her will and strikes back at Pascal with a pulse of her own. The rattling voice, no longer human, rages and roars like a forest fire. I refuse to recognize you as the Messiah. I do not believe in you. That is your problem. You have always been too skeptical. Destroy Niall. What is this? What? What is this fight, bro? What? What is this fight? Pascal? No, thanks. I'm good. Okay, that was stupid. Misclick? I mean, I don't know why I'm buffing like this. I feel like it's pointless. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, let's do this as well. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Come on, go, go, go. What? Oh, that was a misclick. I wanted Kasha to go first, but whatever, I guess. Okay, kill him. Or not? What? Extermination? Okay, what is that? Eschatos' bones. Brass Whisper awakens Eschatos. I'm not sure what he did there. He can't die? I don't... Oh. Okay. Weird. Weird. Come on. There's so many enemies here, actually. Oh, nice. We can see him, I think. This guy probably dies normally, right? Yeah. And then we can go over here and kill him. 94 HP. I wonder where Nomos is, by the way. Shouldn't he take part in this whole thing? I will not let you win. I will destroy this ship. Stop! Thou shalt not create a schism. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic. Like the hand of a deity, the Mechanitride extends over Nile like convulsive on a deck. I did not want this tech, sister, but the procedure must be completed. Farewell. His claw carefully removes a mangled, shoot-covered neural cogitator from Brass Whisper's head. The tech priest shudders and peace descends over her disfigured face. Bow to the messiah of discontinuing? Pascal remains motionless, only a short binaric area comes from his vox. You feel oddly confident that your gesture of respect has been appreciated and received favorably. I declare the period of ignorance over and will resume execution of the general algorithm. Integrity has been rehabilitated to a satisfactory degree. Memory access has been restored. I remember everything. Are you Amarnat? This is true. I carry within me his memory and his logical foundation. I am us. I am Amarnat. Thank you for the path we have walked. As Pascal bows, his thin shoulders seem to take an eternity to descend from the heights that his mind has soared to. And I am sorry about what happened to Theodora. Did you know her? We were allies. She entrusted me with studying a trophy she had obtained. We, Amarnat, discovered the basic ways of communicating with it. We developed a weapons-grade strain of tech blight for her. It terrified me, so I developed its antidote, Eschatos, the concept for the ultimate interruption of machine life. That was why every one of our shards was located so close to you and to the Von Valancius domain. We were counting on her finding us and extending us her aid and protection. What are you, or what were you? A higher form of intelligence, a collective of computational tools freed from the limitations of individualism and the aberrations that stem from having a distinct personality. and at the same time, a collective bound by a single set of principles that are of equal importance to us all, being pure of faith in the Omnissiah and acting for the benefit of humanity. We were different, each one of us considered the prospects of such an experiment, but I was the first to gain the resolve to attempt it. Niall joined the project to effect control over it. She regarded the experiment as dangerously close to a blasphemous act of creation. The Conclave had ordered her to end my research, but she had become convinced of the possibility of its success. Niall reinforced our union with the prudence of demons, a meticulous and reserved auditor, a danger seeker. I strengthened our genius with the fiery faith of the warrior Tarzus, in order to banish the shadows of false ideas. Axiomantha, who teetered on the brink of becoming a Malatek, was chosen by us for her loyalty to ruthless logic and her cold scrutiny, or indeed dissection of our theories. Abel, our quiet genius, the caged genius of imagination, the abstract artist of code, his talent completed the collective and made it a whole. What's next? What is a general algorithm? A judgment must be passed. Should the secret of Eschatos exist or be shunned as a false path? And should I exist? That is we, Amarnat. Amarnat was a union of 6 tech priests, all but a few of them are dead now. How does Amarnat still exist? I mean, yeah, that's a good question actually. Everything Amarnat was at the moment of the disconnection has now awoken in my mind. We're at the point where we stopped, but the Amarnat collective was envisioned as a dynamic structure. We need new minds. The collective can be replenished with worthy minds from among those aboard the Heretical. I mean, there can be like lots of people here, right? Let alone geniuses. Sincerity is present in their motives and faith. They are intuitively capable of comprehending the notion of discontinuing the cycle. Our collective memory can compensate for their lack of knowledge and memory of the rites. Restoration is possible. Pascal, or what used to be known as Pascal, makes a sacred gesture, and green sparks run down his mechanical arm. But the judgment must be passed first. What judgment are you leaning towards? We have seen many things over the decades. We have seen true corruption, the distortion of the Omnissiah's design. Kiava Gamma, Euphrates II, the planets of Xenos passed into oblivion, our own crimes. The darkness grows. There must be a fire to burn it away. I'm leaning towards the idea that Eschatos is necessary, that Amarnat is necessary, that the cycle must be discontinued. What will the destruction of Eschatos mean for you? An act of self-sacrifice. I will destroy the data concerning this technology and the methods of reproducing it. So basically like killing himself as well. I will burn it out of my neural circuits, along with everything that led to its creation. Amarnat will be no more. Only a damaged and incomplete shard of him will remain. Pascal Hahnemann. Nah, we need Amarnat and the power he wields. Pascal throws back his head and the power brimming in his voice rushes forth like a flood. The tech priest's booming voice is heard throughout the ship, echoed by every vox speaker on every deck. I peered into the vortex of time and saw dark omens. I saw that my tech comrades and I were trapped in the cycle, spiraling toward nothingness. I saw inevitable doom at the end of the trajectory and rebelled against it. In accordance with the machine god's commandment, I have crafted a tool with which to implement my design. In accordance with his commandment, I have developed a plan and analyzed it. Now I will act. By my power as an Archmagos, I hereby effect a restoration and revive the Amarnat collective. The servants of the Omnissiah need a Messiah who will discontinue their cycle, and I will be that Messiah. I am him. So that's the crew, right? But that's like 7 people. 8 with Pascal, so more than the 6 from before, right? The accent tribesfolk, the ignorant fosterlings of the Omnissiah, slip into the observatorium hall like silent shadows. Led by an intuitive grasp of the significance of the moment, they automatically gather in a circle, hitting Pascal's summons, or perhaps at this point, someone else's. You hear echoes of other voices in Pascal's, a touch of Demence's anxiety, of Tarzus' zeal, of Axiomatha's pensiveness. They all fuse into a new voice, full of wisdom and confidence in his prerogative to lead, the voice of Archmagos Amarnat. And this voice takes hold of the lips of your companion's new brothers and sisters. The ancient tech priest turns his gaze toward you and says with gravitas, "Let the cycle be discontinued." Okay, this quest was like really sick. Really sick. That was good. So like, did he get any buff or something? I mean, we're not gonna use him, but... just curious, I guess. Omnissiah Axe. Wearer suffers less impact and energy damage? Oh, that's pretty good actually. For operatives, right? Damn, that's also very good for plasma weapons. Shit, okay. Okay. That's kinda good. If you actually like use him, right? Huh. Okay. Let's go back to our ship, take a break, and next time when we come back, we're gonna go to Footfall and demand answers from Calcazar, right? We'll see you soon. Bye for now.